That do
Okay,
it?
it's recording.
Alright.
Okay, guys. Hope you all like
Feel
this
free to
video.
narrate if you like.
No, I mean it's for your channel, so you're gonna narrate.
Yeah, just gotta give me a minute. Give me a second, guys. I'm just firing up this plane here. Alright, to begin, what you're gonna want to do is turn on your alternator and your battery, which will turn on your basic avionics and your electronics. Then you're going to turn on your avionics, which will start your radio, and that's why you're hearing all this radio chatter, which is annoying to me because I like to fly in silence. But you're not going to really get to do that if you fly in real life, for all those pilots and aviation enthusiasts. Alright, then you're going to turn on your lights, your fuel pump, your beacon, your taxi, nav, strobe, and pilot heat, which isn't a light. You're going to turn on your altitude air, put your mixture at full, which allows the fuel to run through the engine. You're going to leave your throttle all the way out, unless you want to, like, nose plummet into the tarmac. And last time I checked, you don't break airplanes. That's really expensive to fix. Alright, now I'm going to switch to the outside view, so when I start this plane, you guys can get an idea of what it's going to look like. And this is really simple, guys. This is pretty much the easiest plane to fly. It's what I started with. Now you hit Control 1 if you're on a Mac. Alright, then you're gonna, now I've started the engine. And you know, this is what it's supposed to sound like. Obviously, if you're seeing black smoke and it's just keep going and not starting, you know something's wrong. And then, you know, if you have questions about that, if you keep having crashing or having problems like that, let me know. I can fix that. Alright, now I'm going to hit Enter on the Mac's keyboard, which will bring up your selection for air traffic control. I'm going to hit Taxi to the active.
Cessna 172
and then it was going to respond like this.
Papa. Taxi runway 08.
Now I'm going to go back inside here into the cockpit. You're going to see a little plus sign dead center if you've got your yoke turned on. You're going to click that, and that's how you're going to steer, go up and down. As you can see, it's, you know, lifting me up and down. Now I'm going to switch back to the outside view. We're not moving very much right now, so I'm going to slide my finger up on the mouse, and I'm going to increase throttle. Now, what you're hearing right now is the engine throttling up. I just lowered it a little. Now, I'm going to taxi to the runway now. Hit 2 on the keyboard one time to go to takeoff flaps. Don't go too fast on the taxiway, because if you do, you're going to find it hard to steer. But also, you don't want to stop. This is the part that's going to take a bit, folks. Switching back to the cockpit view, which is W. It's up to you to decide whether you like your cockpit view or your outside view. If you're in the cockpit, you can see all your controls, you know. So if you're having a malfunction with your plane, or there's an engine failure or a fire or anything of that nature, it will be up here in your warning lights, and your dials and your avionics here will read it off or show it to you too. Now, I'm not going to turn left and go all the way to the end of this runway because the Skyhawk 172 doesn't need it, especially since it's a special performance aircraft. Right now, I'm 30 degrees left of the west on my compass. I'm switching back to my outside view, going up with the mouse buttons, or arrows, sorry. Speeding up, making a right turn. hitting the brakes. Now we have successively taxied to the active. You're going to hit the enter again. And right under the taxi to the active part that you can click, it'll say take off. You'll
Cessna
click it.
172 SP172
Then it will prompt you with your clearance.
Fly runway heading cleared for takeoff runway 08.
Then you're going to disengage the brakes and throttle up to max power, which I've just done. You will speed up. And right now I'm speeding up. Just checking to make sure the brakes are disengaged. We're not at takeoff speeds yet. We're at about 70 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour, lifting up. Now this plane doesn't have retractable landing gear. So, you know, obviously you're going to be dealing with a little bit of drag on that part, so keep your engine throttle high. Now this is just the demo, so after 10 minutes it ignores my joystick. Go ahead and put your flaps up. You're going to have a little bit of decrease in your altitude, but you'll easily retain it, plus your airspeed will go up. Go ahead and turn on the autopilot, which is under your switching device to change the frequency of your radio. Once you turn that on, then hit A, which will take you to your outside view. Now you're flying. And obviously, if you don't use autopilot, you don't have to. It's just an option. Right now, my heading and my altitude is chosen on my autopilot. So, you know, that's why my hands are off the controls. And it's just doing what I've told it to. Airplanes are very smart. I'm now going to change the weather. Add a little bit of turbinic. Add some storms. And you know, obviously this changes your flying experience. This is the takeoff and flight video, which is my first one. I'm now going to save this.